A 9-4 season and a bowl bid can be a tough act to follow, but according to Al Golden, the Owls have the tools to sustain that type of success for years to come.
No doubt Golden led the football team to one of the greatest seasons in the history of the program. Owlsports' Robert Sizowitz sat down with the coach to discuss the man and how he's going to get it done.
It was an historical season for the Temple football team in 2009, but that's not something Coach Al Golden likes to get caught up in. The Owls finished the year 9-4 overall, but the season ended with a 30-21 loss to UCLA in the Eagle Bank Bowl that disappointed Golden and his players.
Our kids learned a lot. You know, they came out swinging, they came out confident, they came out with something to prove. We didn't finish the game, you know, the way we want to, but you also got to give them a lot of credit. That's a heck of a defense.
Golden believes the experience the team has gotten from participating in its first bowl game since 1979 will go a long way towards having another successful year.
I wish we could have finished, certainly better, but overall, to be able to include, you know, 20,000 fans and to get that first one under your belt, that's invaluable. So hopefully our kids gleaned a lot from that. I believe we have.
As the coach turns his attention to next season, he has a big decision ahead of him. The Owls have two quarterbacks who got significant playing time returning to the squad. Vaughn Charlton began last season as the starting quarterback, but he was replaced by Chester Stewart. Stewart went 3-1 in the starting role, but it was Charlton who got the nod to start the bowl game in December.
It's not a two-horse race, though. I mean, there's four quarterbacks that are in the mix right now, and those guys know there are no favorites, and the best players at Temple University play.
The fifth-year coach will take his team into September, looking to take it 1 week at a time and continue to grow the Owls into a winning football program.
My immediate goal is just to get better today. You know, we have a phrase that we use, deserve victory, and that's really what we're trying to do.
And it's not lost on Golden that the team's toughest task lies ahead. They're looking to become the first Owls team to post back-to-back winning seasons since 1978-1979. For Owlsports, I'm Robert Sizowitz.
Temple University Senior Associate Athletic Director Herman Frazier and former Temple baseball player, assistant coach John McCardle are among 13 individuals to be inducted into the City All-Star chapter of Pennsylvania Sports Hall of Fame. McCardle, a huge fan and supporter of football, and now with more on football, we call this a segue. Dan Koob, tell us more on football now.
Koobs. Thanks, Eric. Thanks, Tom. Well, as you guys are well aware, being a student athlete not only requires a great amount of balance between on the field and off the field challenges, but another integral part is getting involved on campus. Now, the football team did just that on Wednesday, kicking off their third annual Bone Marrow Drive at the Student Activity Center. The team brought in approximately 410 potential donors for the Be the Match registry. The Bone Marrow Drive is in its third year. In all, Temple football has brought in 1,270 potential donors in all, including a collegiate record 630 donors in 2008. Just an absolute fantastic job. And well, on the field this year's spring season ends soon with the annual Cherry and White scrimmage. As you heard earlier, there are a lot of questions at the quarterback position, but questions also remain in the secondary after the Owls graduated safety Dominic Harris. Word from Owls camp is that former running back Kier Griffin has started to emerge as a stud at corner and looks to step into a defense returning 8 starters. The Cherry and White game begins at 2 o'clock on Saturday. Well, judging from last season's success and how far the team seems to be progressing through spring practices, the upcoming football season looks promising for the Owls. Added the football team's success to the basketball team's success, and Temple Athletic Director Bill Bradshaw says varsity sports in general are rolling right now at Temple.
As Director of Athletics at Temple, I could not be more proud of the performance of our student athletes and our coaches and our administration for what's turned out to be an exceptional year.
He's actually not living.
The year 2009-2010. When you consider that women's basketball and men's basketball both made the NCAA tournament for the 3rd consecutive time, one of only 10 schools to do that in the country, that football earned a spot in a bowl, the Eagle Bank Bowl in Washington against UCLA for the first time in 30 years. And there's only 4 institutions in the country to have both their men's and women's teams and football in, so I'm very proud.
With Villanova on September 3rd as they battle for the 2nd annual Mayor's Cup and are looking to put back-to-back winning campaigns together for the first time in 31 years. Now let's go back to the studio. Eric and Tom, tell us what's good.
Thanks a lot, Dan. So who are you looking most forward to seeing in this cherry and white game?
TJ DeLeo.
He doesn't play for a football team. You can't.
He doesn't.
No, he's not a football and basketball team.
Oh, okay. Well, then Matt Brown, a.k.a. He Hate Me Rod Smart, a.k.a. Darren Sproles. The men's varsity eights, that's the big boat, won the Next Cup on the Cooper River, beating out Bucknell by 2.62 seconds. They're now ranked 19th in the states. The rowers will take that ranking into the Southern Intercollegiate Rowing Association Regatta in Oak Ridge, Tennessee.
Now to track, the Owls 4x100 meter team and 6 other individuals qualified for IC4As at the Lou Honesty Invite. Grant West, Bryce Buffalo, and Bob Keogh, all hammer throwers, are 3 of the 6.
Athlete of the Week, Stephanie Markunis, the sophomore laxer, tallied hat tricks and wins over St. Bonaventure and Duquesne. The midfielder from Ridley Park is second on the team in goals, burying 18 total stones on the year. The lacrosse team takes on LaSalle and St. Joe's this weekend to close out the regular season.
That's it for this edition of Owl Sports. I'm going to go spray tan because he's darker than me.
Well, for the entire Owl Sports crew, he's Eric, I'm Tom. He's really insecure, and we'll see you next week. So here's where I like to draw.